Okay, so I put some of the thread locker there on a bolt, and we'll put her back in. Alrighty. That is good for now. Now I gotta torque it down. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and get that crank position sensor. The guy goes back in here. Aha. Okay, so that one sort of fits inside the hammer chisel there. Go ahead and take your little teeny hammer. Whew. Yeah. Let's take this out of here. Okay, something I should have done to the other one, but I didn't, was put some lube on it. Ow, come on, you. Ooh, I had to put on a glove. Alrighty, with those impacted on, we're ready to go to next step. Yeah, one thing I don't want to forget to do, the final impact torquing on that. I guess I'll take the extension out so that you can. Yeah, I got it set for 107 foot-pounds. Alrighty. Now it's set. Now you gotta put the pulley on. Alrighty. Whew. Whew, it's a tough bolt. Yeah. Alright, well, we're back up here because, well, this is where there's things to do left. Like, plug in the sensor there, the crank position sensor. And we've got it running on the small stud there. I guess we could probably get this guy back in here. Gonna need pliers. And we can go ahead and get that one's in place. I hope that's where it wants to go. I'm really not sure exactly. I think that's about right. Well, that's where it is now. I guess we ought to put it on a pulley. Thread locker. Put some of that on there. And it comes with it, so you gotta use it right. Good. If you wind back to whenever it was that I was putting the timing cover on, one of the things to put on at that time is the bracket that goes from the air conditioning compressor to the there's a nutted stud on there, the one that I had to replace, the one that I lost, and that should get put on too right after you put the timing cover on. There's no good reason to wait for that, so instead of waiting till the last minute. However, if you do wait till the last minute, you can actually reach up from underneath before you put the wheel back on the car. You can reach back up from underneath, and with a 13mm wrench put the bracket on the stud, then put the 13mm nut on there, and then tighten both of the 13mm nuts, and you're good to go. It is difficult to reach in there, and there isn't a lot of space to get a lot of leverage, but can be done, especially if you are creative. But rather than be creative, it'd be better to put that part on ahead of time. So note to me in the future, put it on ahead of time instead of wait until later, because that's the dumb thing to do. You don't want to do the dumb thing, do you? No, of course not. So not doing that again will make things a little easier. Looks like I think I'm ready for power steering assembly. Alrighty. Okay, that's good enough for now. Yep, that's my 18 millimeter, I believe. Because you gotta have an 18 millimeter open and wrench for this. Ay, why does this one have to be so difficult? I don't know if you can see, but over here. This off. Oh, I suppose I can put back there. And I can just. That's good enough. Slide him back in there. Why that gotta be so difficult? Yeah, that was a little bit messy and difficult. Not sure why. Still don't even have it on. A little bit of used transmission fluid will help guide it on its way. Alright. And oh, dropped it. Alrighty, so the fun begins today with undoing some of the stuff we did last time because I made mistakes with the camera. Oopers. So we'll have to undo some things. So undo those. Tap this guy back a little bit, make it easy to put the part back in. Oh yeah, that was torqued down good. Maybe we can have some fun here. I gotta get this guy back in here, good, pry it off. There. Getting it. Okay. Let's go ahead and put your tensioner in. I am using the original one. I probably should change the belt and tensioner and all and the pulley here, but I'm going to go ahead and I can change that later if I need changing it. But I'm going to go ahead and keep on using the factory one for now. It was squeaking a little bit. Whatever. Probably should set my trusty torque wrench. I got the new lightweight model torque wrench. Torque this one. This one, even though it's small, it does go up to the 40 pounds required for this here bolt. So I think it's 40. I don't even really know, but it should be just about 40. There we go. That one's set. Now I gotta put this one on. Okay, I gotta start over with this pulley here. Put this guy under here. Hold it in place. Okay. Slide this guy in, and notice how easy it is to put this in place because I tapped this sleeve back just a little bit. Whew. There we go. Alrighty, that one's set. Well, at least it's good enough for now. We'll have to be able to move it around, so now I've got to hook that sucker up. So that involves plugging this back in. This wire is back in, nearby because I just already had it hooked up, but I had a camera failure and didn't get video of it, so we're reconnecting it. But this is a bit to find this wire after moving it around out of the way several times to get to other things. I had to fish it out from under here. It's not immediately obvious where it came from, and you can't really see. We'll tap this one on. Don't want to tap too hard on this terminal though. Alrighty. Well, now that I realize that bracket's going to have to, that bolt's going to have to come back out for this. Get my pry bar. Might have to get in here. Get that bolt. Yeah. Whew. Got it. Whew. Tap this guy back out just a smidge. Doesn't have to go much, just a little bit, and then this happens so much easier. Whew. Okay. Alrighty. Now I've got to get this guy in. Okay, so that's the last bolt. I'd loosen this one up. Now it's time to put that one in. So there we go. Alrighty. So that's basically all we got to do. Let me put that right there so I can see it, because there really is no good place to put the camera to do this. And I suppose there's no point. I suppose I could put the camera pointing at me so you can see me struggle. Are you a sadistic viewer? Do you want to watch me strain? Alright. Okay, so guess what I can do is I can show you how I've got the belt all sort of set up, the slack here, and it is routed down and around, and it's actually routed just like that along the bottom up on the AC pulley on the crankshaft, and then from the crankshaft it goes along the tensioner and back under the water pump, and then under the what's that pulley and around the back of the power steering compressor here. So now I just got to get a 15mm in here and bring it this way. I believe that way will take the tension off. And while I bring that wrenches that way, bring this up this way. Easy peasy, right? Yeah, it does go this way. It seems to go the opposite direction. Seems good. There. Good all around. Looks like we're good. Alright, so now that the belt is under tension, I can actually finish up the torque on those bolts. Alrighty, I think it's actually pretty much done. All I gotta do is put that tank back in. Wow, hard to believe, huh? Finally back together. Yeah, where's my tank? Oops, what was that? What was that? Oh, there's the bolt I lost. Are you kidding me? Alrighty, well, I had some camera troubles, but I assure you I did get these hoses. And one down here on, and this bolt in, and there's another one that goes over here, but I don't know where that is. But you know, it'll probably be okay. Don't tell anyone. So after I did that, I went ahead and I opened this up, and I ran a hose in there, and I flushed all the fluids out of the motor. I ran the motor for a while, and I just ran water in it until it flushed out all the colored brown orangey kind of stuff like this here. I don't know if you can see, it's sort of stained. This is actually a new tank I got like a year ago, when the other one deteriorated and leaked all underneath it. That's what this residue here is from. It's from when the coolant leaked under it, on the old tank. So this tank is only a year old, but the rust that was in the coolant at the time, it pretty well stained the tank. So I probably should have flushed the system then. I didn't. I probably should have flushed the system 10 years ago and didn't. At any rate, so this time, since I had already drained most of the fluid out, and what didn't leak out while it was leaking in the timing cover, so I figured I'd just flush it all out and get only clean stuff in there. And that meant just opening the valve down here that you have to open up toward the beginning when you're draining and cleaning fluids, and running the motor, and having the hose run just at a low pressure to keep the tank full while it flushes out the system. Then I stopped the water and left the engine running until it pumped out all the fluids that it was going to pump out, and then I shut it off. And you also want to turn the heater on, and want to get the engine up to temperature. So you may need to close off the water for a bit, get the engine up to temperature, close the valve off, and then let it all drain out while you have the heater on, because the heater will have a bunch of fluid in there too. So you want to have the heater on. I went ahead and turned the fan on, although I don't know that it makes a difference. Whatever. And try to get all the coolant out. Once all that was out, I closed up the valve down there, filled the engine up with coolant, and it takes a couple of gallons. So fill this up, start the motor running, fill this tank up, start the motor up, and then keep filling this up as it burps the air out. And it may take a while. Move the car up and down on a hill at an angle to get all the air out of the system. And once all the air is out of the system, then you want to come down here and put these bolts that hold this guy in. There's a bunch of screws, 5.5 millimeters, like 8 of them, and 3 8mm screws. Put those in. That holds all that up there, and you're done. It's all completed. And then you're like, oh yay, I can drive my car now. Yay, I'm happy. And then you get to be happy for a minute. So, yay, happy for a minute. And if you like the video, click the things, the share, the like, click all the things. Just click click as many things as you're comfortable clicking. Click them all. Click them a couple of times if you like. Click them the best you can click the things. And this one's done.